let's watch a reaction video about why men have less friendships than ever. With somebody reacting, we are reacting to his reaction. Do it.
Uh-oh. Yep. Uh-oh.
I regret to inform you the men are not okay. That's right, folks. The men are not okay. The men have no friends.
Men have fewer friends than ever, and it's harming their health. The male friendship recession is having dire consequences.
No
What's behind the rise of lonely single men? Well, I mean, probably a lot of things.
girlfriend. No college
Generation of American men give up on college. I just feel lost. Yeah, that sucks.
education. No money. Are breaking their legs and inserting metal rods into their bones to
It's finally over. From 5'5" to 6'0". What if they measured him in like a year after this and it turned out that he was 5'11"? Because like I feel like that's kind of the same thing as 5'5", right? Yeah, does he get his money back? Does he get to sue them? Like, how does that work? I mean, by the way, I don't think this is like anything wrong with men. I mean, like, girls get boob implants all the time, right? They get the Brazilian fucking butt lift stuff too. So like, I don't think this is really that surprising.
be a few inches taller, and listening to AI Batman help them overcome their pornography addiction.
I've seen these where it's like Master Chief explains to you why you shouldn't jerk off to incest porn. Master
That's so funny. I've never seen this, by the way.
Chief convinces you to clean the dog poop out of your bathtub.
What?
No, I'm serious. Like, bro, like, I'm not kidding. Now, I'm not gonna watch one of these because if I do,
Master Chief teaches you how to overcome panic attack. Master Chief tells you everything is going to be okay. Okay.
I'll probably have to jump out the window.
Oh my
But
lord,
I just
man.
want you to know that it exists.
This shit has a lot of views, by the way.
You deserve real love.
Oh,
Turns out
God.
the society that was built by and allegedly for men has indeed let them down. Now you might be thinking, oh look, another boo-hoo poor men video by Shoe on Head. Yes. And if you have a problem with that, tune into literally anything else.
The man question.
Men are in a crisis.
I don't know how people drink energy drinks. What the hell? Like, they taste good, bro. I've never had one. I had like 2
Dude, I drink energy drinks all the time, but at least one Red Bull a day, bro.
sips. I said nope.
And it seems nobody really cares. And the people who do care just seem like the people who want to sell them shit. Not me.
Yeah, there's like guys like, yeah, I really care about your problems. Please subscribe to my fucking newsletter for $25 a month, and it'll tell you how to grow chest hair. And that's what you need. You need to get chest hair, aviator sunglasses, and you have to only wear fitted jeans. And if you do that, you're gonna actually be cool.
I'm different. So before we get into this, let's quickly get into today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Holzkern. Holzkern is a young Austrian company that designs
You
unique...
guys remember whenever Summit got his sponsorship dropped from Monster because he was smoking weed on stream? And I went and I said that you know what Monster Energy should do is they should have a competition. Have somebody that smokes weed nonstop next to somebody who drinks Monster Energy drinks nonstop, and let's see who dies first. And I heard through the grapevine that Monster Energy is not willing to work with me in any capacity whatsoever.
crafted watches
Because I was right.
and jewelry made from all natural materials. Their high-quality timepieces come in various designs for both men and women, making them the perfect gift for any occasion. They're a great blend of function and fashion, and overall I just think they look
Y'all
very
wear
classy,
watches?
especially the men's watch collection. I was pretty impressed with the silver casing and blue marble dial of the Naturalist watch, which made for a great gift for my boyfriend. He especially loved the casual yet stylish appearance, making it an ideal choice to wear both at work and at home. I'm also really
You look like a grandpa with this watch.
happy with the watch I
I've never
picked out.
worn a watch.
It's made
Well, actually, I wore a watch in like 4th grade and I lost it.
from black and white marble and features a nice black leather bracelet that just feels so comfy. They also create elegantly crafted earrings, very unique handbags, sunglasses, and necklaces. like this rose marble elevation necklace. It makes a really memorable and unique gift for a loved one. All of their products have a 24-month warranty, and ordering online is super easy.
Bro, XQC's watch was way more than this. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Free shipping to the US and most EU countries within 2 to 5 days. So if you want to get yourself a good quality watch and support the channel, I highly recommend checking out their store and clicking the link in the description below. Use my special code SHOE15 at checkout that will give you 15% off for all products store-wide. So go to the link down below and choose your own unique piece of nature. Thank you Holzgren for sponsoring this video, and thank you the viewer as always for not skipping the ad.
Why are men and boys struggling? And what should we do
Good
about
question.
it?
A few new studies have come out that have shown that young men are more lonely and single than ever before. But it's not just men. The women in
I think also, you know, there's a bit of this, like, I think, yeah, it's societal, but there's also a lot of guys that, it's like if you spend your time growing up jerking off to weird porn to the point to where by the time that you turn 18, you're only sexually attracted to animals that don't exist. I think this isn't healthy either. Like, there's a lot of dudes that, like, whenever they see a girl without makeup on, they think that there's, like, something wrong with her.
children too.
Dude, it's not even that. Like, yeah, there's also that, probably, but... Oh, have you ever watched any reality shows? Do you even know that they just can't communicate? Like, how is a guy that can't talk or understand a woman ever gonna pick up one?
It's predicted 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030.
Well, that's
According to
exciting.
the media, this is a good thing. The she-economy
Why is this? Why do they say it's a good thing? Oh, because it's retailers saying it's a good thing. Yeah, it's probably true for retailers.
booming, as they say. And meanwhile, men being single is treated like this.
New study explains why some single men
What is she doing with her face?
She's butting to live.
are having a hard time finding a new partner.
Some of the music that they listen to speaks very derogatory.
Right.
Yeah, men, stop listening.
It's, yeah. No, I mean, bro, there are so many, like I've listened to some of these, like, female rapper songs, and they're just as bad. Who the fuck was it that, like, admitted to, like, drugging and having sex? Was it Cardi B? I think it was, right? Yeah. So, like, I don't want to hear that shit. It's the music. Oh, really? That's an argument I haven't heard for 20 years.
Listening to that derogatory music, then maybe
Yeah.
you won't be single. I don't know, I think men and women being single and lonely
I
kind
feel
of
like a lot of the guys that are really single and lonely on the internet, they're not listening to that music. They're listening to, like, the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Dude, I have so many friends that don't even talk to girls, like, ever. They will stand in the gym and be like, "Well, this girl is really hot, man. She is really hot, blah, blah, blah." But when it comes down to it, they will never, ever, 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 ever go and talk to her. Like, never. They will just never go and say hi. Like, never. They're too scared to be rejected. They're too scared to have to deal with the emotions that come with it. They're too scared in their heads already. They will never even talk to a girl, bro. Never even. It's not even about the disrespect. They will just never talk to one. Unless they're, like, super drunk. And if they're, like, super drunk, then nobody wants to pick up some dude that rocks up that's, like, super fucked. Like, that's just the least attractive thing ever.
Or the Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack. Like, they're not listening to rap.
there might be something wrong with society. Perhaps we should address this, not just wave it off as empowering or pathetic. According to several different articles, I love how that's my source, I read about it on the internet, research shows that people from individualist countries show a greater sense of loneliness. This is linked to socioeconomic development, increased education, a shift—
Y'all want to see a chart that's pretty cute? This chart right here, from 2008 to 2018, within 10 years.
That means 1 in 5 people that you see is a fucking virgin. 1 in 5 dudes that you meet has never gotten his dick touched. You know what's funny with that? I have a wife and we have a girlfriend. I don't understand what's wrong with this generation right now. Like, how is it so hard for you to just, like, pick up a chick? Like, it's literally the easiest thing ever. Like, it's just so easy. It's like, it doesn't require anything.
It went from 8% to 27% dudes that
Wow.
can't get a girlfriend and hook up with a chick. You know what came out in 2008? Wrath of the Lich King. Funny little fact there. But,
Wrath
yeah,
of the
there you
Lich
go.
King.
towards
That's it.
white-collar
That's what
jobs
happened.
and urbanization. Japan also has an issue with loneliness. In fact, they have a whole movement of people they call the hikikomori. Did I say that right?
Probably not.
I don't care. Basically, postmodern hermits. Mostly young men who completely withdraw from society.
I don't see this as a problem. I think, and there's also girls that do this in Japan too. I think it's probably like a 90-10 or like 80-20 thing where it's mainly guys that do it, but there are girls that do it as well. And I think that the reason why is that, like, living life can be really fucking annoying. Especially whenever you're always having to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, right? And you wake up in the morning and you just got done going to a school for a degree you didn't really want to get. And now you're going to a job that you don't really want to work at. You drive through traffic or sit through a train that takes an hour while you're playing a gacha game that you don't have enough money to buy the good characters, so you keep losing to people that are like some oil prince in Dubai keeps farming you. You finally get to work, and you have to work there for 12 hours a day, and if you leave before the boss does, then you get fired. So then, after all of this stuff happens, you get home, it's another 2 hours on the subway, losing to another oil prince, or maybe some trust fund kid in America is now farming you in Fate Grand Order, like, I don't know, one of those fucking gacha games. I don't even know if that one's PvP or not, but it doesn't matter. Point is still the same. You get home, and then now you have to, now you play a video game that you fucking hate. You play League of Legends, but you stopped liking League of Legends in 2017. That was 6 years ago. And to you, it feels like yesterday, but everybody else has moved on. And you're still in gold. And you were in gold in 2017. Things aren't moving forward. You don't have a girlfriend. You stay up late playing League, thinking to yourself, just one more game. I'll see if I can get my placement game for the next rank.
Dude, he perfectly describes why the suicide rates are as high. Like, dude, if you live a life like that, that sounds horrible. That's devastating. Like, I'm literally listening to him explain this. If that's people's reality, holy, what?
And then you get to your placement game and you lose. You go to bed, it's late, and you're mad, and you wake up the next morning, and you didn't get enough sleep for work, and then the cycle repeats itself, right? So
you constantly sleep deprived too, right? Like, dude, I go sleep 10:30. I love to sleep long. It's beautiful.
What is it a surprise that people are like, you know what, fuck this, like, I'm done, like, I just, like, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to live this life. What's the point of it? Yeah, it's like, what are you working towards? I think that's really what the problem is that, like, people don't have a North Star. Like, for example, like, back in the old days, right? Like the 50s and, the idealized time, you've got, like, Jesus, and you've got, like, you're going to have a family. And it's like, you don't need to worry. Like, and there's also, like, you don't have to worry, right? Because in the 50s, it's like, Russia's going to nuclear bomb us and we're all going to be dead and you're not going to know about it, right? And so there's, like, not only is there, an afterlife, but there's also the free-spiritedness of, like, it's going to all be over at any second. So it's like, I think people don't have a North Star anymore. They don't have anything to work towards. There's nothing that they can do. It's because more intelligence equals more life concepts equals life is harder. Yeah, exactly. Top it off, your parents had a hard time getting the healthcare they need. Oh yeah, of course, right? And then this is a problem for you as well that's compounded on top of your problems. Yet you can't buy a house, but you can work towards Apex Predator in Apex Legends. Yes.
Putting themselves in their rooms for months and years at a time. In 2010,
I've done this. I remember whenever I graduated high school, I wanted to spend an entire year and not talk to anybody. There were people.
Dude, when I was in school, I literally did the same thing. I was just a computer nerd. I would come home from school. School really sucked. Like, school really sucked. I hated school. I hated school because my mom was from a different country, so I got bullied for my mom being from a different country, from being from a different country, for of half of me being from a different country. So I fucking hated school. No wonder. Like, you just want to get the fuck home. Kids are fucking bullshit. Teenagers are bullshit. School really sucks.
I feel like whole weeks I would be able to get away with it. God damn, that was fucking good.
There was an estimated 700,000 hikikomori in Japan.
700,000.
And today
That's a
it's
lot.
estimated to be about 1.55 million.
That's a lot of Genshin Impact players.
And because of things like this, people aren't having babies, so Japan's population has been in a sharp decline since 2011. It's gotten so...
Dude, I'm not having babies right now too. Like, dude, you gotta go to school, then you get your university degree, and then you gotta start working. Then you gotta realize that working really sucks, and you have to do something else to make money so that you don't have to work for a boss and can live your life. And then you're like 24 by the time you have figured out what you can do from by yourself and be your own boss. And then you want to live life, and then you don't want to have children right away because you just started fucking living life. Like, I don't know, with 16 you lose your virginity, and then you just want to meet a bunch of chicks and just have a fucking good time and then just enjoy life, right? And then you want to go figure out however you can avoid working for dead ass boss in a dead end job. Just, you know, live your best life. So of course you don't want to have children yet. Like, no, why would you want to do that? Like, you can literally, as a man, you can have children with like 40. So why do that now? Like, literally with 25 plus, you the first time you have dough, you know, you have freedom, and you can do whatever you want, and you should just go and make a child now? Hell no. That sounds horrible. Like, right now, like, I just turned 30 this year. I'll live the best life ever. I'm with my beautiful wife. We have a beautiful girlfriend. Why would I want to ruin this and make children right now? So I have to take care of my children instead of just having a good time, cuddle all the goddamn time, spend all my weekends just cuddling the fuck away as much as I want. That sounds unappealing as hell. Like, why would anybody do that? You have all your money for yourself. You can buy whatever you like. You can go to restaurants and see nice places. You can go away for holidays. You can book Airbnbs and stay there and get absolutely, you know, have the best time ever. That just sounds ruined. It just sounds ruined. There's no initiative. Childcare is expensive. And then your child gets raised by some childcare educator anyways, because you kind of got to work. That sounds horrible. No. You know, even for me, I work in the home office. You want me to have like somebody crying here all the time, and then my wife comes home and we have to take care of the child, so we have no time for each other. And then who's gonna, you know, nah. Sounds shit.
So bad that Japan even produces videos of live action women staring into the camera to help the hikikomori learn to cope with eye contact and reintegrate them back into society.
Yeah.
So basically, if you want to know America's
Well, they're fucked.
future, look no further than Japan. A lot of people, including myself, blame this partially on the rise of social media and technology. RIP to the king. Although technology makes things easier, it can also make us...
Ted Kaczynski knew. He said, fuck that industrial revolution shit. Yeah, so this guy, that guy, alright, so Ted Kaczynski was the Unabomber, so he wrote like a massive fucking manifesto, and the FBI spent like $50 million to try to get his ass. They did get his ass, and recently he's been in jail for a long time. He finally died recently.
I agree. Social media was the worst thing that has ever happened to human society. Period.
And anyway, he did all of this stuff, and what else? So basically, like, what he said is that he wanted basically the larger scale of society causes people to lose their sense of individuality and self, because there is like a governing apparatus that suppresses their life. And that happening was like enabled by the Industrial Revolution. And but guys, I'm not saying, oh wow, the crazy guy that blew people up was right. I'm just explaining who the guy is and what he thinks. Okay, I'm just saying this is what he said.
More atomized. Why go to the mall when I can just tap, buy a new microphone, and have it shipped to me in a day? Why hang out with friends when I can get all my social interaction I need from Twitter and streamers? Why go on dates and bother meeting women when I can just tap, Google big boob and get 2 million results? Or see my...
It's more than that now. And also, the better thing now is that people are getting AI girlfriends and stuff. Like, I think sometimes whenever I see something really fucked up on the internet, I'll screenshot it so I don't forget about it. And, like, I've been seeing a lot of these advertisements recently. Have you guys seen these? Advertisements for, like, these AI girlfriend websites? Dude, there's so many of them. Like, Replica? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the big one. And, like, you're going to have even more of those. And I think people are going to have... I think it's not as close as we might think to it being socially acceptable. But, like, here's a really good way to say it, okay? Is that if you go and you watch Emaru at, or, like, Miz or Tectone or any of the people at fucking Anime Expo, there are people walking around Anime Expo with body pillows. And, like, it's gone from being... This is something that only the biggest fedora-wearing losers do, to it being kind of funny. And it going from being fucking weird to a joke is a step up in accepting it. Right?
So weird.
And so I think the AI girlfriend stuff is going to happen. Are they crunchy?
I think bro is actually waiting for the time where AI girlfriend becomes like a valuable thing and he can get one. He just kind of like advocating, I swear.
Probably.
High school crushes holes on OnlyFans for only $5.
Yeah.
Instant dopamine, instant satisfaction.
There's
and
even... Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, she knows.
It doesn't even look
And,
real, bro.
Like, there are these girls on Instagram, or not, oh, fuck, not Instagram, OnlyFans. OnlyFans, Fansly, one of the big things that these girls make money with is, like, doing, like, obviously, like, there's girls say, like, oh, I'm doing customs, right? And that's, like, you know, you tell, like, oh, you know, do this and I'll give you $10. And, you know, they do it and they give you $10. But, like, there's also girls that, like, dudes will pay money just to send them messages and to talk to them. It's straight up just like strippers.
Wow.
But the best thing about it is that a number of these girls, and this is not really like a huge secret, they're not even answering the messages. It's like, maybe it's like a
So that's like basically what Andrew Tate used to do, right, with his brother. They would like find those girls and find those guys that want to text with them, and then that somebody in the chat already said it. Like, okay, like Andrew Tate was doing it, texting and with the guys, which is, by the way, a bit gay, right? Like, you're texting with guys, you're flirting with guys in disguise of being a girl. That's so weird.
dude answering the messages. They hire dudes. Yeah, they hire people to answer their messages. Isn't that insane? Yes, and also, if you don't believe that, Andrew Tate literally did this. He said that. Yeah. AI, no need to hire? Yes, and remember, was it Amarath or was it some other girl that was going to make like an AI version of themselves to talk to people? And they were making tons of
If you're wondering what that is, it's creatine powder and BCAA, by the way.
money off of it, too.
Who even needs a real woman when you could just have an AI girlfriend?
Yep.
We're so fucked. Dating.
Of course you need a real woman. You can't even put it in. Like, she can't do the nasty to you. She cannot find other girls for you. She cannot cuddle you. She cannot hold you. She cannot pull your pants down. She's just on some screen where you can't do anything with it. It's just like as useless as watching porn. It's like, dude, it gives you no satisfaction. I think that stuff makes you sadder. Like, I don't know, but sorry, when I was a little fucker and I used to jerk off to porn, I could only think to myself, I can't wait until I get a real girl to do it, because this shit is absolutely frustrating to me. And then sure as hell with 14 I freaking finally got it done, you know what I mean? Like, damn. like, you gotta go to the malls and all this kind of shit. We used to go outside and just hang out in the park and whatever and just chat up any girl that's like kind of there. We would go, when the first time I could drive with my friend, he was 18, we would go to other cities so that we can just tell random chicks that they're beautiful, so that we learn to be confident and are not afraid to talk to them anymore, so we could start picking them up, because we kind of like, yeah, we have to be confident talking to them if we talk to them in a club. That's why we never drank, because we knew, like, our girlfriends, like our female friends would always say like, oh, I wish the guys wouldn't drink. If a sober guy would finally talk to me, then I would definitely give him my number or whatever. We just knew, like, you just have to be sober in a club, talking with a bit of confidence, so you just gotta do it. Like, do it, not be scared of rejection. Who gives a fuck if you get rejected? Like, the fucking life of a man is being rejected, and getting beaten down, and pain is part of our male existence. So just push through the pain so you get what you deserve. Like, how the fuck did we end up at this point, bro?
Apps really are the great Satan, and I'm convinced they've completely broken men's brains. Women on dating apps are picky. Women in general are picky, and
Well, that's what makes sense, that women are picky. You look at it biologically, some dude hooks up with a girl, fucking busts a nut, bro, he's down the road. Meanwhile, she's got to deal with this shit for 9.5 months. Like, evolutionarily speaking, it makes sense that girls have to be more picky. 18 years? Well, I mean, that's only because of the law, right? Yeah, I've listened to the Kanye West song you're referring to. I know what you mean. Hoflation is a real thing. Don't downplay it. Hoflation. What is hoflation? Is this a new one? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Is this a new one? Sounds like some Red Bull shit. Yeah, no, it is. But like, the price of hoes is too damn highs. Girls are less hot with higher standards. Girls are less hot with higher standards. I don't know. I mean, guys are less hot with higher standards. Yeah, it's like, how do we not know that's the same? Because like, I get what you're saying, but like I've never used a dating app. Okay, I really mean I've never downloaded Tinder, Bumble, Christian Mingle, Farmers Meet, Plenty of Fish, Grinder. Yeah, I haven't done any of these ever. So I don't really understand this. But like, whenever I see, like, girls will show me some of the guys that will match with them, and this will be like, you know, for example, like a 23-year-old girl, and it's a 45-year-old man matching with her, and he's married. He has a picture of him and his wife in like his photos because it's connected to Facebook. So it's just like, I don't know.
Why is she matching with a 45-year-old dude as a 23-year-old chick? That's so weird too. Like, what?
Inflation is real, is it? Like, that is nuts. Searching for a second wife, maybe? Pick a card.
Dude, of course,
Yeah,
second
there
wife,
you
bro.
go.
Best. I would have like
I mean,
3, 4, bro.
naturally we are pickier. You know, we're the ones who carry the babies.
Yeah, you
at
have
least
to
for
be.
now. But on dating apps, you have to admit, it's a little insane. It's safe to say that the commodification of love and the window shopping of dating apps probably has to do a lot with the rise of lonely single men. Men are not just lonely when it comes to dating, they're lonely when it comes to friendship too.
Yep.
According to Vox, Americans are currently in a friendship recession, and men are being hit the hardest. The percentage of men who reported having at least 6 close friendships fell in half since the 90s. 1 in 5 men say they have
2021, I don't know. I feel like that's a bad frame of reference because that was during COVID. Again,
Like, I have to say, I have like around 6 male friends, I would say too. But I have a bunch of female friends. Like, I have lots and lots of female friends, and they either have boyfriends or they're like hooking up with us, right? With me and my wife. So I think that kind of counts, right? You gotta also be able to like take care of all of those friendships and have time for it, you know? And then you can on top of be like friends with the boyfriends of them, but they are not like your friends that you like hang out with or go to the gym with. Like, there are people that come out with you when you like go somewhere. I think that kind of counts, you know? But yeah, when she says like close friends, like somebody that I would call and like an emergency, or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I would say like 6 really hits the nail on the head.
Again, I'll read something and try to like. I'm the kind of person that will like read something and then try to find out how it's wrong. Just like that's just how I think. So like maybe I'm like overthinking it, but is that true for you guys? Hoflation means a 25-year-old now has to work 40% harder than his grandfather for a woman 40% less appealing than his grandmother was to his grandfather.
No. What?
Okay, let me think about this. A guy
Don't make
has to
sense.
work harder.
Girls just didn't just get uglier. They didn't just they weren't created prettier back in the day and got uglier now. You just think that way because you have social media, and now you have this contrast, this comparison, this constant comparison of what the best ones could look like. I can tell you right away, I have slept with a bunch of Instagram models. I have slept with Vogue models. I have slept with girls that are like top of the food chain, pretty, and use their beauty to make money, and not selling themselves in that way. And they have hair extensions, they have lip fillers, they look different with makeup, the photos are edited. Like, some of those girls, I've met one girl once, and like I wanted to hook up with her, and I've been talking to her for a long time, and she would not go out with me even though we would always plan it, and I knew her best friend. And then one day I talked to her best friend and was like, oh, she always kind of cancels on me, I don't understand what's going on. And then her best friend told me that she was a bit worried about the fact that I might not like her because she feels like that she looks so different on her profile than she would in real life. So she was afraid that that if I see her in reality and she stays over my place and we do something and I see her without makeup, I would not like her anymore because she looks so different, or she feels like she looks so different. And sure as hell, when we did hook up and when we did meet and whatever, she had no extensions in and her makeup was off. And I'm sorry, but she was still beautiful. But of course, compared to her profile, she was a lot less beautiful. So, it's just this completely wrong perception of how people look these days. Absolute distorted and diluted.
Okay, I get it. This is like the thing, is like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like going and like trying to date a bunch of different girls. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have no idea. So it's hard for me to say. The 666 rule, in order for a guy to back. Oh yeah, 6 figures, 6 feet, and 6 inches. Yeah, I've heard of that before. The women are also less appealing now because of porn. I think that is true. I think that guys, and like this is just what happens on social media. I think it fucks up people's head on social media, where like guys will look at a girl and think that she's ugly because she doesn't look like an anime. She doesn't look like Mikasa from fucking Attack on Titan, you know?
No close friendships. Looking at all these statistics, the explosion of figures like Andrew Tate is not surprising at all.
I believe being a man is a blessing because it starts so difficult.
Oh, I agree with this too. I agree with Andrew Tate with this. People talk about all the advantages that women have and everything like that. True, but like, goddamn, man, every day I wake up, I thank God I was born a man.
Yeah, me.
I'm gonna be honest.
So much better.
Every man is born without any.
I think that also, like, for a lot of you guys that might say, like, oh no, I don't feel that way, right? Wait till you're 33.
Yeah.
Because like the perspective you have at 23 versus 33, very different situation.
Now I thought back then when I was like doing modeling and all this kind of shit, I really thought like, damn, it would be so good to have like boobs and be a girl because everything really comes easy. But then also on the other side, there's a lot of competition. Like there's lots of girls that are beautiful that doing those things. So the competition is also a lot bigger than for men. So I felt like for my category, there was a lot less competition because a lot less men were trying to do any of that. That was great. And then also when you grow up, then you notice like, oh, women really have like their best time from like 20 from like 16 to like 27 in like the modeling industry and in like the acting industry and all of that kind of stuff. Like that's when they're like the prettiest and you know and the most desirable in all of those aspects for like photo shootings and all this kind of shit. And then it just goes drastically down, and the same happens in the dating market. Like my friends that are like 35 whatever, they want to date like girls that are 25 to 20, right? They don't want to date a girl that's like 35, 40, or even like 30. And yeah, I don't know. It's just what it is, like that's their best time. That's just how it is. Our best time comes when you're 30
never
plus.
Think you're important unless you make yourself important.
And recently, a new study came out about how young men are moving towards the right. And every other month, we, the liberal, sockdom, leftist, whatever you want to call the space online, performs the same song and dance. What's wrong with men? Why is this happening? Why don't we have a leftist Andrew Tate? We need to push men to the left. Andrew Tate rarely, if ever, talks about politics. No. Andrew Tate talks about men, and the left only talks about men when they talk about Andrew Tate.
Well, it's also like a lot of guys, like, to be honest, I think a lot of guys like being abrasive, obnoxious, assholes, aggressive, and guys don't like getting tone policed. And I feel like all the fucking time you get tone policed for acting that way. Constantly. And so that's why I think people go towards that direction, is because they don't want to get tone policed. They don't want to get told what to do. They don't want to get told like, oh, well, you can't make that joke. You can't act that way. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I do what I want. And that's why they do it. It's because you have people that are doing something that in their mind is innocuous. It gets described as something that's completely different, and then they get treated as if that was the intention. And so they say, fuck you. I'm not going to do that. The girl's like, man up. I've always felt like it's so hard to have somebody that will respect you whenever you're vulnerable if you're a dude. Maybe that's the same thing as girls, right? Because like a lot of guys are only sympathetic to girls because they want to fuck her. So like, I have to listen to her cry. It's like doing a daily quest or a weekly quest, or like building up a reputation with a faction. And wow, it's like, you get like a really hot girl. It's like Winter Saber Frost Traders. It's like maybe you get like a couple of easy ones. It's like, getting Iron Forge reputation or something like that. So it's like, this girl's not as hard to get.
What are you talking about?
But like, sometimes you want to have the more, interesting and like unique mounts. And so you'll try to farm out like, Zulian.
Dude, if you don't like to listen to girls, then you don't like to get laid. Then you don't like to get laid. Like if you don't like to listen to girls talk, you don't like to get laid. That's just correlating your ability to listen to them, understand them, and give them based answers to or responses to whatever they say to you or whatever emotion they feel is the way into the pantyhose. So if you can't do that, you get no fucking play. Like none. If you don't if you want girls, then you better start liking talking to them. You better start liking listening to them. You better start liking understanding their emotions, because that is a speedway into getting as many girls as you want. There's no chance for you to have 2 wives or find a wife and then meet more girls if you don't have the ability to listen to that first girl that you have, give her the best time of her life, and make her feel as safe, as comfortable as possible, so she wants to open up the world for you and wants you to be as happy as possible, and therefore wants you to have what you want, because you are such a great guy for her that she makes anything happen to make you as happy as possible. That it doesn't work without communication. If you cannot, if a woman talks and for you it's a different language, then you are going to die untouched. You're going to die untouched.
And tiger, and so it takes longer. Like, it takes longer to do. But like at the end of the day, you know, guys are not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it because this is a means to an end. And so I think that...
And you have to get away from it being a means to an end. If it's a means to an end, you already fucking lost.
A lot of the generosity and a lot of the...
It's like when you're good at a game or good at like a sport or whatever, if you don't enjoy it, you're never gonna be a pro. And if you are a pro because you enjoy it, you're gonna start loving it, and then it's not a means to an end, then it's your purpose. And if it has become your purpose and you're a fucking pro at it, then suddenly it starts paying off. Suddenly you get paid for doing whatever you're pro at. Suddenly people are paying attention to what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like it's like a whole new level that you can reach by just going that step and making it something you enjoy doing genuinely.
Like kind of the way that like the advantages that girls enjoy from like male attention and like males like doing things like that and being supportive towards them, that will go away instantaneously as soon as either she gets a boyfriend or she's not attractive to him anymore or something else changes. Because it's not actually genuine.
Months ago, during one of the monthly song and dances, some progressive people I follow made the mistake of addressing men's issues. And the even bigger mistake of pointing their finger at...
The reason why young men flock to alt-right MRA movements, MRA is men's rights activist, is because the left gives brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them for our own sake. Yeah, I think this is like, I don't know if this is like a left or a right thing, because I think actually, I think that, like, I feel like Andrew Tate is like, it's not very compassionate either, but there's like a certain level of like male aggression to the lack of compassion that's more compelling.
Their own spaces for not doing enough to address said men's issues.
Recently, there were some statistics by healthcare company Cigna indicating that men are the loneliest generation. And addressing it doesn't mean that you turn your back.
Men are the loneliest generation. She doesn't even understand it. What she said doesn't make any sense. You can't be a generation. She means the loneliest gender, right? Or we have currently the loneliest generation of men. But good on you, reporter, for not being able to talk properly.
Back on issues pertaining to women, but it does mean that we should...
Well, there's also a lot of women out there, right? And I see this all the time, is there are a lot of women out there that hate men. Like in the same way that there are these like every time something bad happened, like remember there was that one YouTube channel, and I used this example before, there was this one YouTube channel of this guy who played Red Dead Redemption 2, and the only thing that he did was he would lasso the women suffragettes. Those are the ones that were protesting for the right for women to vote. And, you know, get them out of the town, drag them in the dirt, you know, into the swamp, and like feed them to crocodiles in Red Dead Redemption 2, or put them on like the train track and have them get run over by the train. And like, bro, all the comments were like, dude, good one, bro. Can you do it with like you have like a bull attack them and like knock them off a cliff or something? Oh, it'd be so good. And then like 2 days later, you see a new video come out like based, bro. Yeah, exactly. And so there are a lot of guys that just simply resent women. And I think there's a lot of women that just simply straight up resent guys.
Yeah. Almost all the girls that we are dating, me and my wife, are girls. And I mean, there's some of them are 20, some of them are 23. And all of them were at the point where they're like, okay, they have given up on trying to date guys for whatever reason. Some of them got hurt, some of them got lied to, some of them got cheated on, and so on. And so they have like given up and wanted to start dating girls and experiment with girls and experiment around and whatever. And they are actually more inclined to date a couple where there is a girl available, where they feel like, okay, that man has learned emotional intelligence and all of that. That's why the woman wants to be with another woman as well. and they have the relationship to do such thing because they have already developed a state of, you know, being together where it feels harmonic. So I don't have to do that with somebody myself anymore. So I can just join a harmonic relationship myself and therefore be loved and be somewhere where I'm feeling seen and understood, and I don't have to worry about getting cheated on and all that kind of things. So I feel like we are now at a time where it's actually the best ever for a couple to find, yeah, more wives, bro. It's like literally so easy because they hate
some
dudes.
reasons being, I think, reasonable and understandable. Some reasons are fucking stupid, and there's a lot of in between. But yeah, that's the reason why you see this, is that like whenever women see this, there are some women, it's like, you know, in their mind, right, their dad was an asshole. You know, maybe they had like bad sexual experiences growing up. You know, something in their mind just fucking happened in their life happened. And like now they fucking hate men. It's the same reason why I think people are racist too. It's like a lot of the people that I think are racist probably had a bad interaction with a person of a certain race, and then that painted their entire perspective on everybody of that race.
Not only that, I've met a lot of racists where the grandpa and the father were racist. They themselves had never actually any interaction with a person from a different race, but because it was passed down by their grandfather and by their father, it's already instilled in them since young, and they just took it over and took it into old age and just keep believing it and making that one of their values, which is just extremely stupid. But yeah, it's also going to be happening with women. If women have children and have daughters, right, and they hate men, they will pass down the hate towards men and how they have to be careful and what has happened to them. So they will pass down that trauma and will traumatize their daughters, so they will already hate men from the get-go.
That's what happens. Yeah, or they didn't have a dad. Yeah, or something like that.
Be focused on what it is in society that is leading to this epidemic, what the left can do to offer solutions, and how we can basically fight back against the more nefarious figures who have filled the void that, you know, men are struggling with, people like Jordan Peterson and what have you. Now, recently, Vosh, who's a popular streamer, had tweeted this thread that I think is really, really important to address. He writes, "I cannot stress enough how important it is to understand that 12-year-old white boys on Twitch are not being pulled into fascism because of some Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges. It's because the right talks to them and the left doesn't."
I think it's people like 12-year-old white kids or 12-year-old boys in general don't want to be told what to do. Like, I actually think that it's way more simple than people are making it out to be. They don't want to be tone policed by, you know, by women, by teachers, by their parents, by anybody. They want to go on the internet, act like absolute fucking psychotic, racist assholes, watch Aiden Ross or Kai, you know, burn down their house or start a riot, and they fucking love it. And do you know how I know that? It's because I used to be 12.
Yeah.
There's not a fucking
I was so
political, like, manifesto behind this. It's, bitch, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what to do.
Dude, I was such an angry teenager. It's absolutely insane. I was so angry when I was a teenager. It was crazy.
That's all there is to it. They're not fascist. They're not Nazis. They don't even care.
Responses to these tweets and this content were very normal, level-headed, and respectful. Me when I lie.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
LMAO, cry about it. Boo f***ing who.
Got what's this here? What are some of these tweets? Let's read them.
LMAO.
There's a young man fighting MRA, well, men seeing more compassionate men for him. Hassan says LMAO. I think it's true, though. I do. I think this is true. And I think also, like, it's more that the reason why I think it happens is something that's like a lot more general as well, is that a lot of guys don't have strong father figures.
Yeah,
like,
or
they
father
just
at
don't.
all.
Like, there's no father figure in their life. There's no, like guy that like tells them like what the fuck are you doing, etc. And if they do have a dad, maybe their dad is like a loser or something like that. They don't respect their dad for whatever reason. Who knows why? And it's like that's a huge problem. And I think that guys that grow up without that, they're looking for an internet dad. And I think that's what Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson are. They are internet dads. Fatherless behavior. Yes, I think that's really what it is.
Daddy issues and boys, bro.
Cry
That's how
about
it is, bro.
Boo
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Who?
Another
Oh no, poor widow men having problems. Boo who? Grow.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, this is what, bro, like, let's be honest. Like, this is just probably somebody who fucking, they hate men.
Yep.
It's that simple. Like, I don't think that, again, there's not a political...
If it was girls, they would be so compassionate. It's like, oh, how can we take... Why doesn't it matter if little guys, like 12-year-old, they have the whole life in front of them. They're barely even conscious yet, right? And it's completely being discarded, and you get some aggressive, disgusting message like that. Oh, poor little man having problems, boo. Like, how is that not being policed? How is that okay to be said? How is that going through? They don't need to be surprised if they're just fucking angry. If I was a little boy like that, and that's how people respond to my pain, you know what? I would grow old full of resentment and vengefulness that, you know, all of those fuckers can put on a warm coat, because it's not gonna be fun for me to be getting old, you know what I mean?
Ideology behind this. Most of these people have unresolved trauma. And so they go on the internet to let it out.
Yeah.
Oh, the up then. Have men considered being smarter? I'm enjoying all these sad little moids and their sad little tweets about their sad...
Oh, that's good. About their sad... I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't really find this offensive or stressful at all, or like upsetting, because guys tweet this shit out all the time about girls too, right? I mean, I think this is just like it's just psychotic behavior on the internet.
Inversion.
Pathetic lives.
Not really.
Sounds like a person.
You think not really? Dude, I actually think that it's worse for women. Like, I think that, like...
You have to be honest, it's true. Whenever you see any post on social media, if it's a woman or a man, full of dudes leaving hate comments. And a woman's post, they leave hate comments. And a man's post, they leave hate comments. Women don't leave hate comments usually. Like, women support other women. Women are really, really nice. Men are just really, really not nice. So I can understand where he's coming from.
Whenever there's like a girl that has something bad happen to her, I always see guys that are like, yeah, that's what she gets. Even if it's something horrible. A good example of this, actually, no, I won't use that one because that one's like really, it's like very complicated. But like, yeah, no, but I think that there have been examples of this. I'll have to think of some that are like less controversial.
Problem is the lack of compassion for men in the room with us right now. Maybe men are just not good people then. I'm so fucking tired of people trying to make male loneliness a huge societal problem. Yeah, no, their fifis are not my responsibility, and I shouldn't have to be punished because they can't get their shit together as human beings.
But I do have to say, like, you don't have to be lonely if you're a man, if you're willing to, work on your emotional world and become less aggressive, less, losing your shit, and just an overall more composed and calm person. It's actually really easy to make friends and find women and all that kind of shit, but I just meet too many guys that just can't go past this primal state of looking at a girl and then just staring at her really strongly because they just feel horny and they can't hide it, or just get triggered really easily and then burst out in emotions that are aggressive And as soon as you have one time been aggressive around like a female or whatever, or anybody really, nobody wants to spend time with you anymore. Like if you scream at somebody or if you lose your shit, like you just get like angry. Nobody wants to spend time with you anymore once you have done that once. Like no woman is ever gonna see you again once you have made her feel unsafe with you. Never again. Like one time, you do that one time and it's done. Like they just don't come back. And I feel like that happens way too often with for way too many people, and I feel like yeah, that's just something to be worked on. But then at the same time we see that like nobody cares about those 12-year-old kids that have those emotional problems and trying to solve that, so that they become just more angry, more angry, more angry, and then those issues will arise more, and until it turns into like some sort of trauma. So it's actually really bad that nobody gives a fuck. So people should really like, you know, find a way. Like I feel like the people that are upset about it also don't look for ways to fix it. They're just like, okay, let's amplify the problem, and just every time the problem arises, let's demonize whoever does it, instead of finding an actual sustainable solution that will end up creating men that can, you know, in the new societal era that we are living in, generation that we are living in, be the man that they need to be to get what they want in a sense of relationship and all of that. Nobody is looking for a roadmap because they also don't understand what to do, I think. And so instead of being compassionate and trying to find a solution, because they also don't understand what to do, they just discard them more and more and find ways to demonize them more and more. And yeah, I think overall that's just a pretty rough time to be a dude, I guess. If you're right now a little guy in your, I don't know, teenage age in the early 20s, it's not gonna be easy as it sounds, because there is an agenda against you very clearly. They're very clearly out for you. And there's just nothing I can say. At this point, we're gonna end this video because this video is already an hour long. We're going to do more content like that, and I hope that you enjoyed this type of content. Me reacting to other reaction videos about different topics. I will do and upload more of those reaction videos, and we will do a lot more of that. So leave a couple of comments with your thoughts. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. And this is Adri for now. Visit my stream, Adri Ironside TV, Twitch, TikTok, and on YouTube if you want to be live while we're watching those type of videos. And for everybody watching right now, I wish you all the best. Have a great time. Adri is out for the moment. I'll be back soon. And bye-bye.